102.7 WNEW, the Rock of New York. Aerosmith coming to town next week. Yes, that's crazy. Are we going to get Steven Tyler, our pal, our buddy, in the studio maybe next week, hopefully, for a quick visit, maybe a phone call?
That would be nice.
You never know. You never know who's going to stop on by our show from day to day.
Yeah.
It's Anthony, and I'm Sean Mullins, and thanks for listening to us today. What was that about last night?
We went to go see Mellencamp.
At the Bowery Ballroom, and he rocked. It was so cool.
Yeah, it was cool, definitely. Sounded good, man. He hasn't lost anything.
I kind of had a problem, though. I was paying attention to John's wife more than John last night.
She's cute, man. Wow.
A knockout.
Yes.
A knockout.
Some guy walks up to Oaf and goes, "Hey, heard you on, PLJ or something? I don't even know what station he was talking about.
Yeah, some station.
I don't know. I heard you this morning." It's like, what? Yeah, that was you, right? What? What are you even talking about? You're Sean Mullins, right?
Like, great. Yeah, I'm Sean Mullins. Whatever it takes to get the chick, I guess. I mean, so I tried to work that last night. It didn't work too well.
Wasn't working for you.
No, not at all. But gotta say hi to everyone we met at the Bowery Ballroom last night. Treated us real nice, and it was really cool.
Had a good time.
Yes, we did. And now, today, we got a pretty wild show here. We're going to do a couple hours in the studio, and then we're going to get our butts down to Tower Records, Lincoln Square. That's Broadway and 66 for John Mellencamp's in-store.
Yeah.
He's going to be performing live. We're going to put that on NEW, and we're going to do the rest of our show live down there. So please stop on by and say hi.
Yeah, we want to see some of the people that have been listening to this fine program.
Yeah, we really do.
We do.
It's time to meet some of you guys.
Time to get out. They're finally letting us out of here.
It took 4 months.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Good.
We're ready to rock.
Great. We're out.
What?
People better be kind.
You know they're not going to be kind. But that's okay.
Yeah.
We've dealt with this in the past.
Yeah, I guess.
All right. If you got something today, 212-757-1027, fax line, 212-957-WNEW. Actually, the first fax to come through. Look at that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. That's pretty funny. And we got the instant feedback all set and ready to go. Just click on our pictures through the WNEW website, and you can whip off an email right here to us in the studio. On the way, our pal John Mellencamp, and we'll also throw in the Bare Naked Ladies. Stay there. 102.7 WNEW, the Rock of New York with Foreigner, Opie and Anthony. Yankees looked great last night, huh?
Great.
Indians don't even have a chance. They're playing at 4 o'clock today. We'll be peeking at the game as we do our little show here.
5 runs in the first inning. I loved it.
David Wells. Is he your type of pitcher or what, Anthony? It was in the paper today that, before the game, he's out drinking and partying with all the stars in New York and stuff. And then he goes out there. Strike.
Great.
He's a true man right there.
I like the Indians pitcher being relieved of his duties there.
And then the fans.
You gotta love Yankee fans.
Yeah.
Just lambasting this guy as he's walking to the dugout.
Except for the dorks behind home plate with the cell phones.
Yeah, what's that all about?
I know exactly what it's all about. They're calling, home and going, "Look, check us out behind home plate. See us with our cell phones? Look at us. We're on TV." Idiots. Just sit there and enjoy the game. Did you see that?
I saw that.
Yeah. Well, we got Coney today. Oh, it's all over.
Come on.
What are we playing in the series? Debbie from Brooklyn wants to hear the Drowned Cuban Drowned song.
That's a nice...
we could do that.
Touching melody.
Yeah. The faxes are coming in like crazy here.
I love this one.
Yeah, why don't you describe this one, Anthony?
Well, Opie, it's a drawing of a huge, giant Pop Tart with you and I broadcasting from the top of it. And I'm saying, well, Opie, we finally made it to the top of our profession. And you're saying, yeah, this is great. Really great, Anthony. Jesus.
And then I'm holding a sign. Listen to Op and Ack 102.7. And you got the wacky horn, and it's just going honk, honk.
Honk, honk.
Yeah, if you weren't listening yesterday, the promotional staff here at NEW approached us
Yeah.
They approached us with a couple great ideas this week. One was the Mellencamp broadcast, which we're doing starting at 5. Tower Records, Lincoln Square. And the other proposal was broadcasting live from the world's largest Pop Tart that is making an appearance in New York in the near future.
Wow, we were informed, Opie, yes, that the world's largest Pop Tart is coming to New York.
Yeah.
And they want us to broadcast from it. And I said, if in my broadcast career I'm ever broadcasting next to giant pastry, shoot me.
Exactly.
Could you just shoot me?
Would you broadcast from the world's largest strudel, Anthony? Is that something down your alley, you think?
I don't know. Toaster strudels, yes.
Yeah.
I might. Maybe a pudding pops.
Maybe the world's largest bagel. Would you broadcast live from that, maybe?
That would be great. Dare to dream. Going to broadcast.
They just don't know us yet. That's okay.
That's, you know.
Opie and Anthony will not be broadcasting from the world's largest Pop Tart.
Largest Pop Tart.
It's just not our thing. Actually.
Here it is, Opie.
Yes.
You know how many pounds of flour and fruit filling it took to make this Pop Tart? Let's talk to the baker over here. Come on, bring him over as we broadcast live from the world's largest Pop Tart. Opie.
Yeah.
Opie, take the cinder block and crush my skull. Could you just crush my skull?
Oh, too funny. All right.
Come on.
But at least the listeners are having fun with this. They're sending in their faxes of us broadcasting from the world's largest Pop Tart. If you want in on that, fax line is 212-957-WNEW.
Shan't be near a giant Pop Tart.
I've been in radio a really long time now. I don't think I've ever had to do any of these stupid events.
Like where you got to go buy a giant Pop Tart.
Right.
Here it is. It's the biggest spaghetti eating contest. We're going to be in Central Park tomorrow to watch the competition of people that have to eat spaghetti, Opie. Oh, fantastic. Isn't that wax-zanerific, Opie? A spaghetti eating contest. Unbelievable. Can you believe it? I mean, I don't think if you listen to our show, it's kind of not what we're into.
No. We'll like broadcast from the world's largest boobs or something.
Yeah, that I'd be willing to look into.
Yeah, of course we would.
Opie, it's the world's largest vagina. We're actually going to be entering it. Fantastic. Come on.
I think you're hurting the promotion guy's feelings now, Anthony. Cut it out.
Next promotion. We dig the Mellencamp today. That's going to be fun.
Yes.
We interact with the audience a little bit. John Mellencamp going to play down there at Tower Records. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, if you want to bring your Pop-Tarts by the broadcast today, that'd be fun.
Mellencamp gig, fun.
Yeah.
Giant pastry, stupid. Okay? I think we've settled this.
You're hurting his feelings, dude.
It's the only way, really, it gets through.
Yeah.
You know, we have to set a standard for the show.
Right.
Of which
what is our
huge strudel is not part of.
What is the standard for our show? Do we know that yet?
I can't say definitely what it is, but I know what it isn't. Giant Pop-Tart.
And we got someone on the line that actually saw the giant Pop-Tart. We'll talk to them next. So I think people are going to want to stick around. The Rock of New York, 102.7 WNEW. It's Opie, it's Anthony. On the phone line, we got Ed from Columbia. He's been to the world's largest Pop-Tart, Ed, and he wants to give us a little report here. Ed!
Yo, buddy.
What's up?
So I saw the Pop-Tart.
It's in town already?
I saw the world's largest Pop-Tart. It was at Madison Square Garden Monday.
Really?
I made Sean Mullins pose next to it. You know why I did it?
Why?
Well, he saw it and he lost his appetite, so I saved money. I didn't have to buy him breakfast.
There you go.
It's a bunch of Pop-Tarts put together.
It's a bunch of them put together?
Yes.
Under the guise that it's one giant Pop-Tart?
Yes.
So it's not even a real giant Pop-Tart?
You can't quote me on that.
It's a scam?
I didn't say that.
It's a scam.
I didn't say
the world's largest Pop-Tart is a scam, everyone.
It was a lot of Pop-Tarts, though.
If we're going to appear next to the world's largest Pop-Tart, I want it to be the world's largest Pop-Tart.
Well, if you put the frosting on it, it'll look like a big Pop-Tart.
Clever ruse.
Now, how big is the world's largest Pop-Tart, Ed?
It was big.
Well, that ain't going to help us.
It was big. It had to be about 20 feet wide and at least 40 feet long. It was
unbelievable.
Big. And the worst thing was I ran to Kmart. They didn't even have a toaster big enough to heat it.
Oh!
You're wacky, Ed.
Well, that's what happens when you're at the garden. You leave the garden and you want to go to K-Mat.
So did you enjoy the world's largest Pop Tart?
I got a good picture of it.
Was there an admission?
No admission.
Wow, free.
And there were walking Pop-Tarts who said hi to my office.
See, we would actually probably have to dress up in the Pop-Tart costume.
Yeah.
Well,
to greet the people as they look at the world's largest Pop Tart.
Actually, I think the tarts you're looking for are further west.
So were people just standing around going, wow, that's a real big Pop Tart?
There were people there. Yeah. There was a lot of people checking out the Pop Tart.
The smiles on the faces of the children.
Yes.
'Cause that's who really gets into the giant Pop Tart, you know.
First, they satiate your eyes, then they satiate your bellies.
What kind of drugs you on, Ed?
I'm sorry.
All right.
It's the pasta.
All right, Ed. We're going to see you at Mellencamp later.
See you in an hour.
All right, cool.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
There he goes, Ed from Columbia.
We are not doing a broadcast from the giant Pop Tart.
No, I know. I think it's pretty clear at this point.
I think so.
But we will be broadcasting live from Mellencamp at Tower Records.
Yes.
Lincoln Square. We're walking down there, at 5 o'clock?
Uh-huh.
Do we have to walk there, or are we going to take a cab? How are we going to get there?
I don't know. No one ever...
I kind of liked your idea of just doing a march, an Al Sharpton march.
We're going to march to Tower Records. See John Mellencamp. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, Al, yeah.
We're going to start the march at the Apollo Theater.
1027 WNEW, The Rock of New York. Johnny Lang, lie to me. It's Opie and Anthony. Coney looking good in the first inning. No score as the Yanks take on the Indians at the stadium. I think everyone knows that by now.
Uh-huh.
What do you got on the instant feedback, Anthony?
Well, got somebody not too happy with us, I guess.
What else is new?
It's John, Eatontown, New Jersey. Took the time to write, you guys have balls. No brains, but balls. You crack on Scott Muni, yet you're not worthy to wipe his ass. Now, that's not true because Scotso said I was doing a great job wiping his ass. So show what you know, John. You crack on Rocky Allen. You two fools wish you had his ratings. I'm still waiting for you two clowns to get canned. I figure it will be by the first of the year. Face it, you two blow. An admiring fan.
That's great. You want to have listeners predict when we're going to get canned? That could be another little fun contest we could start.
Yeah, okay. He's saying by the first of the year.
Because we simply don't care.
Yeah. So who gets canned first? Us or Clinton?
Yeah.
All right.
That could be a little side bet.
Yeah.
So, all right.
All right. Thank you, John. Thank you.
Thanks, John. That hurt. Ouch.
Ow.
That'll leave a bruise. Oof. Hey, we got to head out of here soon, Anthony.
Yes, we do.
We're kind of excited. It's our first live appearance, I guess. We're going over to Lincoln Center, Lincoln Square, whatever you like to call it. Tower Records over there, 66 and Broadway. John Mellencamp's going to be there for the in-store. I hear it's already a zoo. And me and Anthony are hopping out of here in about a half hour. We're going to do the rest of our show from there from like 5 to 8. Mellencamp's playing, and we're going to put the whole thing on the radio for you.
Great.
So if you're in the area, please stop by and say hi. We want to see what you guys are all about.
I hope John shows up.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That last email. Yeah.
All right. 1027 WNEW, The Rock of New York, the latest from the Goo Goo Dolls. That Slide Off Dizzy Up the Girl. It's Opie and it's Anthony.
Hello.
And you watch some weird TV.
Why?
Well, when I came to pick you up today, you were watching an old episode of Real People.
There's some CBS channel that's on. I don't know what it is.
It's like EOP?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know half the channels I get.
Yeah, I think it's called EOP, and they just do old CBS shows or something like that.
Yeah. And Real People was on. That show used to be like so popular.
Yeah,
I think you watch it now.
I don't know why we were watching it back then, because we ended up sitting down and watching it for a half hour, and we were cracking on this show really bad.
Yeah, it was pretty awful. The one segment with the 13-year-old model.
Yeah.
That's like a 20-year-old show, right?
Yep. So she didn't make it, obviously.
I guess not.
She's not in modeling anymore. This girl that used to, after school get all dollied up for these major photo shoots right here in Manhattan at 13 years old.
Yeah, it was like kiddie porn.
It was like kiddie porn.
Yeah, and then they go back, and Sarah Purcell is sitting there with the other guy, not Skip.
Skip Henderson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other older guy. He's like, I would never let my daughter dress up like that. You're just sitting there going, why did we ever watch this shit?
Yeah. Well, you got to explain the tragic segment.
Yeah, there was one of those every week, too. There's some guy who was building a Viking ship. and he was going to sail it to Norway.
Well, the deal was, like, he was hanging out with his buds, and over coffee, he decided that he wanted to make a genuine Viking ship, and he wanted to sail it back to Norway.
Yeah. And he was, like, 70 years old.
Yeah, and the whole town thought it was a great idea.
This was a very bored town.
So he spent, like, 4 years building his Viking ship that he was going to sail to Norway.
Yeah.
And then what happened to it?
Well, of course, we find out he has leukemia as he's building this thing. And they show everything, you know, and Sarah Purcell is there and asking everybody questions about how you know, this guy has built this Viking ship, and they're all behind him. And they launch it and christen it. It was just a touching scene for Sarah.
And then Anthony called it. He goes, watch, the guy didn't make it.
It's got to be.
Right.
That the guy can't have sailed this ship.
Yeah.
And they fade out to Sarah on the stage with the one spotlight on her.
And she's like crying her eyes out.
We're sorry to report that Bob never got to realize his dream. He died. But his family is still continuing coping. And we were roaring laughing.
We were laughing. We lost it.
It was so fake. All right, Sarah, you go there for a day with your camera, and you build up such a friendship with this guy that, you know, a year, 2 years later, she's crying her eyes out.
Yeah.
That the guy didn't make it.
He didn't make
it. Viking voyage.
Unbelievable.
It was horrible.
So... And then we're flipping around, and then we saw the advertisement for the workout stick.
Yeah, it's gotten down to that.
Actually, it's the workout blade, I guess, right?
Yeah, well, you always said that someday there's going to be an infomercial for a stick, and they'll just call it the workout stick and charge, you know, 5 easy payments of $29.95, and it's just a stick. But they tell you how to use it.
Yeah.
It's not a stick. It's an 8-station workout. Why, it's a stick.
And they're just fooling around with this silly thing, and supposedly it's getting them in shape.
Yeah.
I can't believe people sit at home and, you know, are convinced that this is going to help them and they're going to order it, but...
Yeah, it looked just like a bow that you use for a bow and arrow without the string on it.
Mm-hmm.
And they hold it and shake it.
Yeah.
What is that going to do?
That's ridiculous.
And the guy's explaining, well, the opposite motion of your muscles as you swing this back and forth. Okay, as you dig your money out of your wallet and send it to me, you're building up your wrist muscles.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, people buy anything.
And then we switched the channel. There's some really bad TV on during the day.
Yes.
And there was an advertisement for a clock that every hour was a different bird noise.
A different bird noise for every hour. It was the Audubon clock. Well, yes, at 1 o'clock you'll hear a cardinal. Oh, wow. Hey, it's 3 o'clock. Whoa, that's great. Oh, it must be 5. It's a crow.
And they're actually selling this thing. We were sitting there in amazement.
The thing that got me was the certificate of authenticity that comes with the clock.
Right.
For what? What, that it's a clock?
Yeah.
It's a clock that makes noise, like a bird.
Yeah.
It'll teach your children the sounds of birds.
Who needs to know that?
Yeah, what
you know?
So your son could get beat up in school?
Yeah, really.
That's a cardinal.
I'm going to speak. Well, this is a fist. Boom, you know? Come on. Who are you kidding?
I'm swearing off TV.
1027 WNEW, The Rock of New York, with whole celebrity skin. It's Opie and Anthony. We got to step aside. We're heading out the door. I mean, we're still on the radio, but we're going to do the rest of our show from Lincoln Center at the Tower Records. Mellencamp's going to be on hand for the in-store, so we'll be broadcasting live. Come on by, and then we're going to put John Mellencamp on the radio. He'll perform a few numbers for everyone.
Yeah.
It's going to be quite exciting. So
our first outing, our first field trip away from home.
It's kind of special.
Yeah, the boss is going to put us on a little short yellow school bus, wait outside for us and wave as we cry, as we drive away.
Actually, our boss, who doesn't like farts,
yeah,
he's actually going there with us.
Yeah.
I think he's got those leashes for us. You know,
so we don't get out of control?
Yeah, when you walk around, you know, Midtown, you see the moms where they have their kids on leashes.
Holding the leash?
I think he's got a couple leashes for me and you.
I want the short bus, and I want to wear a hockey helmet so I could smash my head against the window, make faces at people.
That's how we should have showed up at Tower Records, on a short bus. Come on, let's face it. We all look when one, you know, drives up next to us.
You don't sound like that on the radio.
It's the processing. It makes it sound better.
What is wrong with you?
I'm waiting for the short bus.
Okay, very good.
Did you ever have to take a short bus as a kid?
No.
At any point?
Ever?
Yeah.
I think once, like, the regular school bus broke down.
Yeah, that's what happened to me.
And then what happens is they bring the short bus, and then everyone's convinced that you belong on the short bus. Yes.
You're just like, oh, God, I can't get out of this thing. Pulls up in front of the school, and you're getting out of the short bus.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing on the short bus? You retard. Hey, you're a retard.
Yeah, kids could be cruel.
Yeah.
So could adults. We're teaching you that, I guess, huh? All right, we got to get out of here. This mess will continue from Tower Records, Lincoln Center. On the way, in the meantime, we've got some Pearl Jam. I think we'll do some Police next, too.